Tinubu's Special Investigative Committee uncovers fresh 3 trillion naira COVID loans, anchor borrowers fund mismanaged by ex-central bank governor Emefiele. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Please subscribe to our channel. To get notified when we post hot juicy news updates, please click on the notification bell. A fresh revelation from the investigative committee set up by President Bola Tinubu has revealed that former governor of Central Bank, Godwin Emefiele, stole 3 trillion naira from 2 projects alone. Top sources privy to the findings made by the committee told Sahara reporters that a whopping amount was made from COVID loans and the Anchors Borrowers Programs Fund alone. In July, Tinubu appointed a special investigator to probe the Apex Bank governor. In a letter dated July 28, 2023, the president named the Chief Executive Officer of the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria, Jim Obazi, as the special investigator. The president asked Obazi to investigate the Central Bank of Nigeria and key government business entities. The committee only reports to the president. The appointment of Obazi came over a month after Tinubu suspended Emefiele as the CBN governor. Shortly after his suspension in June, Emefiele was arrested and taken into custody by Nigerian Secret Police, the Department of State Services (DSS). Sources told Sahara reporters to the Obazi's investigative committee found that Emefiele stole 3 trillion naira from the 2 projects, among other atrocities committed as the head of the Apex Bank. A fresh revelation from the committee set up by Tinubu to look into how Emefiele mismanaged the CBN shows that he practically stole 3 trillion naira from those 2 projects alone, one of the sources said. In addition, Sahara reporters also exclusively learned that Obazi's committee was pushing to have an interim report reported to President Tinubu soon so that he would understand how grave and massive corruption at the CBN. He would understand the grave and massive corruption at the CBN under Emefiele. Obazi's committee is pushing to have an interim report submitted to Tinubu as a way of letting him understand the gravity of Emefiele's financial crimes and how bad he set Nigeria's finances back. The committee is asking that they should be allowed to submit an interim report so as to stop any attempt by Emefiele and the Attorney General of the Federation's office to settle his case on the basis of 50 billion naira refund plea bargain as earlier exposed by Sahara reporters, one of the sources said. In his nationwide broadcast on Sunday morning, as part of the program of events to mark Nigeria's 63rd independence anniversary celebration, President Tinubu confirmed that the finding on past lapses in the Apex Bank would soon be out. In his address, Tinubu said, "I pledged a thorough house cleaning of the den of the malfeasance the CBN had become. That house cleaning is well underway. A new leadership for the central bank has been constituted. Also, my special investigator will soon present his findings on past lapses and how to prevent similar recurrences," he said. On Friday, Sahara reporters exclusively reported that Emefiele was set to be released from detention by the Department of State Services (DSS) after his plea bargain with President Tinubu's administration had been concluded. However, the AGF and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi-San on Sunday denied reaching any non-prosecution bargain with Emefiele. Emefiele and some of his associates were expected to arraign over 6.9 billion naira procurement fraud at the Federal Capital Territory High Court in August, but the arraignment had stalled. Sahara reported had gathered that the non-prosecution plea bargain for Emefiele was being premised upon by the former governor's willingness to return $50 billion which he had corruptly amassed. Sahara reporters learned that the Fagbemi has sent the non-prosecution plea bargain and it was waiting for Tinubu's approval. Sahara reporters in August reported that Emefiele faced 20 counts of conspiracy and procurement fraud leveled against him by the Nigerian government. The Nigerian government, through the DSS, earlier filed 2 counts bordering on illegal possession of firearms and ammunition against Emefiele, but that was later withdrawn. Sahara reporters has exclusively reported how the DSS accused Emefiele of sabotaging the economy, financing terrorism, and committing other economic crimes. Top government sources shared with Sahara reporters had investigation linked Emefiele to a well-known terror financier whom the Apex Bank governor has sent funds for onward transfer to controversial Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmad Gumi. Gumi is known for hobnobbing the terrorists and bandits and advocating that amnesty should be granted to them. In 2022, one of Gumi's associates, Toko Mamu, was arrested and detained by the Interpol at Cairo International Airport in Egypt while upon a connecting flight to Saudi Arabia. Upon his return to Nigeria, he was arrested by the DSS over allegation that he was heading to Saudi Arabia to meet some international terrorists. Meanwhile, the secret police said their preliminary investigation revealed various acts of terrorism financing, fraudulent activities perpetrated by Emefiele, and his involvement in economic crime of national security dimension, including mismanaging the CBN subsidiary NISRAL and the Apex Bank's Anchor Borrowers Program. The secret police rather also accused Emefiele of fraud, money laundering, round-tripping, and conferment of financial benefit to self and others. Now, let me say this. I don't think Nigerians are really interested in all the crimes he's going to be accused of. But for the fact that he stole the money, make them press in belly, make everything come aside. This is not the case of you bring 50 billion, you bring 100 billion. No. To the last dime. To the last kobo. Nobody should come and say it's because he's a Southeasterner. Make him come out everything. If the person there is also a Northerner, they should do the same. I'm telling you, that's what it's supposed to be. If they put you there, you are there to make Nigeria better, not to make it worse. Imagine, only I'm 3 trillion naira. Only I'm 50 billion naira. He dey hear money from 2 projects. That means say the money with that man amass. Ha! And God will help us. Good to uncover all frauds credited to Emefiele, but I doubt all this diversion will save the bats. We're not talking about that now, I beg. Emefiele is a big thief, I'm telling you. So Buhari has no hand in all the financial mismanagement in his time. My dear, this is why if you dey place, if they push you to do anything no good, I mean, resign. You no go die. It is going to be recorded that at least you resigned. Come on, you have wash your 2 hands, come out. No be more say you go dey there. Everything no be money. Now Buhari way maybe he follow him, maybe I'm just saying maybe he follow and do all these things. Where in the anybody they know for you though? No. If you're in an office or a place and they decide you for waiting no day okay, you are against it initially and maybe when they give you no even start them because to stop and go could be problem. Alright, on this note, you've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for turning in to listen. Until I come here next time, enjoy the rest